Hey Seekers, welcome back. So we're doing a little something different this time. We're gonna do like an interview before we actually do the investigation. We are at the home of a friend of ours, and her name is Corey. We're not gonna give last names. So Corey, how you been?
I'm kind of okay. Not sleeping well.
No?
No, not at all.
So Corey, I'm gonna have a couple of questions and then we'll get into everything that's going on. So, this is your house? Who lives here?
Actually, my roommate, she's out of town, so it's me and my 12-year-old.
Okay. So that's okay.
And our two dogs, of course.
All right. How long y'all been here?
Gosh, almost 10 years now.
Was having some issues here at this house, and she was telling me about it. So we thought we'd do a little investigation here. We are actually going to do a 3 a.m. challenge. So,
You're braver than I am.
We got to find out some answers, Corey. We got to find out what's going on. So just tell us what's going on. What's happening?
Well, it's kind of weird. You'll have, there's several different noises that go off, in a house. And I know the sound of house settling, and I know it's quite different than when there's somebody around knocking stuff off. Things have been breaking. This cookie jar that the head fell off. Nobody was in there in the kitchen, but the head fell off. I heard a crash, and I came in to see, all of his pieces everywhere. Okay. I'm woken up. There are several times during the night that I don't have, the correct rest because I am like either held down or shown really weird stuff. As for my son, he already knows that there's more than one here. He talks about how his computer upstairs will be playing a game and then all of a sudden it'll switch to something totally different, or the Google browser would come up and it asks for things he would never ask for, random things like dress sizes or whatever crap that just comes out.
And how long has this been going on?
Well, I know that one of them has been here since before we moved in, and then back in 2017, I believe, his best friend passed away from DIPG. It was a brain tumor on the brainstem, and shortly after that, there just seemed to be a lot of playful things happening. Toys that would go off, things that didn't have batteries would start, moving, and just odd things like that. Now he did reach out once to him, and just to tell him, I love you. But it just hasn't changed. It's like nobody's settled. Mm-hmm. And if anything, the other spirit that was here before kind of has heightened the fear in the house and intensity. I mean, you'll see, it's very often that we'll see lights just pop on.
Do you think that maybe the one spirit that has been here from the beginning do you think it possibly could be holding the spirit of this little boy here, like keeping him here, maybe like in fear?
I don't know about that, but that actually probably is very accurate, because she tends to, she leaves Dominic alone, in the negative way, and so he's protected, so obviously she doesn't have a problem with him, so maybe she is holding him hostage in a way.
So it's a female. Have you ever seen her, or how did you know that it was a female to begin with?
It was weird because we were actually playing hide and go seek, and I was in my room, and right next to my bed are, there's windows, and I had hid on the side of the bed, and then I saw someone go running across that one window, and it was like a quick flash, and I looked, and I'm like, okay, there's nothing there, but hey, it could have been somebody running across to the other side. But right as soon as, I thought that, my son came in and said, I got you, and it was like, there was no way.
Wow.
And this was someone who had longer hair. It wasn't, the short-haired 12-year-old boy. So I knew then that it had to be just the mannerisms and how they ran.
And what's some of the things that she has done? Just thrown things or dropped things, or
Gosh,
just seeing
you
her,
name it.
or-
She lit my counter on fire. Bubbles up. It's really odd. If you look at it, some of it has flaked off. And it's kind of hard to burn a counter. You know, you'd have to literally have something like blowtorch there or whatever, but it's just, it's uneasy here. And
Well,
you feel the
that's-
heaviness here.
That's got to be scary, because you not knowing if you're going to go to sleep, if this spirit is going to start a fire in your home and trap you in here, you know?
Exactly. I have a boy to protect.
And what else has he seen or experienced? I know that you have told me that you have a video, and that you are willing to let us put it in to this investigation, which I appreciate.
Oh, yeah. Any help that I can get, I'll give you whatever I got.
I'll tell you guys, it's amazing. It's definitely amazing, and when you guys hear it, you guys are gonna be so, I don't know what the word is. I don't know if it's shocked. I don't know. I find these things a little bit more exciting, but
Yeah,
I'm sure
it's
they
kind
will
of
too.
jaw-dropping when you
Definitely.
hear it, because it's so blatant. It's very obvious. You know, it wasn't this, okay, that could be misconstrued as something else.
Yes.
It was straight out.
And in this video that we are gonna put in right here, guys.
Ow, my head! My head got hurt twice. Ow, my head! My head got hurt twice.
Explain. Was there anybody around? What's the situation?
We were at a park, and we had been playing basketball, and I was trying to get Dominic to get into stuff again, because he spent so much time really like down about losing his best friend. And so I figured, okay, let me take him to the park. And after we played basketball, we're headed over to the swings. He got on the swings. He's like, Mom, can I have Nathan come play with me? And that's his best friend who passed. And of course, you know, I'm like, of course you can. And he's like, okay, Nathan, come play. And I just went along with it, you know. And I do this one thing where I push up the swing really high and I hold it, and then I let it go. I call it the roller coaster. So we did that, and the second time I did it, he hit his head and he's laughing, and that's when you hear Nathan's voice on there saying, Nick, I love you. So that, we didn't find out about that until we played it later. Somebody had actually, it was on my Snapchat, and somebody had told me, hey, you gotta listen to that again. And so Dominic right then knew that Nathan was definitely with him.
That's awesome.
He's always been able to feel things, because that's how I know a lot about the female one that's here, because when my son was younger, he was about 4. And when he was younger, he used to talk to somebody who wasn't there. I'd have, you know, the dogs I had before, they would sit there and walk along with them and stop and sit, and I'm like, you don't even sit for me.
Wow.
So whoever it is, I mean, they might be nice to young kids and dogs, but they don't like me or my roommate.
Almost like a motherly figure, maybe.
Yeah,
In a
I think
way?
it's more of
Like
a
caretaker, huh?
exactly.
Wow.
So I don't know what happened to her or why
She
she is
seems-
the way she is, but she does not like people.
And do you
unless
think-
you're little.
Do you think that's the one that is holding you down, or do you feel that there's others here now that?
It's scary to think
Yeah.
that there are others, especially with everything that's happened. It would make sense that there might be. I just know the one that shows her presence is that one, and then little Nathan does every once in a while come around. So yes, you get to experience the love of it all.
Well, we will definitely look into this and then find out.
You're doing this, Susan, and you too, Michelle, for coming along with this.
You're welcome. Let's get to it. Let's find some answers.
Let's do it.
So guys, thank you so much for being here, watching this video, and we will get to part 2, which is the 3 a.m. investigation of Corey's house.